In 1965, a professor at the college and one of its students had demonstrated against a local judge. That judge ordered the student and the professor into court. He told them, "I find you guilty of contempt of court. You are sentenced to jail for, I think, 5 days." I was at that proceeding and was absolutely horrified by it. So I went back to campus, checked out a loudspeaker, and went out to the quad and simply started talking about what had happened. And a very large crowd quickly gathered, and students, we organized and raised money and were able to get a lawyer and get the students and professor released. But that entire experience, it was really my first taste of being a student activist. Found I was fairly good at it. And the other thing I found was that students were ready for the kind of community action that was involved in that situation, and that experience, more than anything else, inspired me to organize the cave.
But CAVE was a remarkably positive opportunity to say, in the middle of this, how can you be of service to someone who is not as fortunate as you? That's a different way to not just protest, but help make it better. And that was invigorating.
So then I came to CAVE in '71, and boy, that is the experience that just really opened me up. It was this just different learning environment. These friends, it was very supportive. It was a life-transforming event for me, and it's really stuck with me till today.
Because I like to do things, and CAVE is so welcoming, and certainly was. And I knew Jim Jesse, who was an older student at Chico High. You can just come and you can help. You can come to this meeting, you can help plan activity for all the big brothers, big sisters, you can do the picnic day, you can do that, you just show up. I mean, it paid us nothing, but you could be there. And it was sure a lot better than being talked into being in a sorority by my older sister.
I came from a family that you always tried to help others, whether that be through your church or through your schools, or just, I lived in a very small community. So we always were helping other people. So it was just kind of part of my DNA.
I think it was that I miss my grandparents. I grew up really close to my grandparents. They babysat us, well, they had us before school and after school every day. We had a big family, and my grandparents were the head of that. And when I came away to college, I just really missed that influence in my life. And so going there helped fill that. But it also was pretty shocking to see what was going on with our veterans, and that there was this kind of institutionalized care that was even bigger than a nursing home, a small nursing home. And so being able to be part of that was really important.
Yountville for me really allowed me to connect and get out of my circle that I was in at Chico, and I started to interact with the seniors that were there that had served in multiple different wars and campaigns, but also enlighten other students on the actual connection to that past that we had. And I learned a lot from CAVE, and just getting people to understand the different dynamic that people felt, and just connecting with a different generation and learning. And even though it was just a weekend, it really changed. I felt a lot of people, that was like the CAVE's introduction to getting people to volunteer, was just getting people away for a weekend out of our bubble of Chico and understand there's a lot more going on.